Hi there. Here's a short walk around video for the 1971 CT70H model. And you can tell it's an H model. The biggest giveaway is the slash graphics here on the upper bar. That sort of diagonal graphic was only on the H models. The H model, of course, means that it has a clutch, right? A clutch here, which on the regular models, that is another brake. It has 4 speeds, and in order to get them, neutral is all the way up, and then it's 4 down. And if you're used to riding a bike with 1 down and 4 up or whatever, it takes a little getting used to, but you know, it's not too bad. You hit neutral every once in a while, but you know, fortunately you're not going very fast. Another way you can tell that it's an H model is up here on the headstock. Of course, it'll tell you right here that on the VIN, right, it says it right in the VIN that it's a CT70H, and then it tells you the VIN number. That same number is also over here on the side, right down here. And there it is again, CT70. Not that easy to see here, but you know, anyway, it has an H right in the VIN, and that tells you that this is a bona fide H model. A couple of other giveaways is the H model, of course, has this mechanism on the clutch side, and that's your clutch arm, which has this embossing here, and the regular motors won't have that. It has a small bracket here to hold the clutch cable. On the normal models, you'll see a little loop right here, and that's to hold the rear brake cable. So anyway, everything here is H model ready. So I've restored a number of these. I love doing this. They're really fun. And I actually restored this one for myself. Again, it's a stock color, right? The orange, candy orange. And the paint was done by a fantastic company, Mike's Mini Trail, up in Idaho. And boy, they get this candy paint just right. And Mike's Mini Trail also applied the graphics, and he also rebuilt the speedometer. And the speedometer is showing 15 miles right now, because that's what I've put on it since it was rebuilt, the whole thing. But anyway, he does a really nice job, right? Polishes everything up, cleans the inside, puts a new decal, right? And everything works beautifully. So when this got restored, you know, some parts just aren't available from Honda anymore. Things like the seat and the handlebars. These are triple chrome plated. These are much nicer than the stock handlebars ever were. Because, you know, Honda sold these for like $300 back in the day. Boy, I paid that for like the seat. Anyway, but this is the best reproduction parts, at least that I have found, come from CHP. Real high quality, as good as you can get. But the really important things, the stuff that Honda still makes, are things like the fenders. And those are all Honda parts, as well as everything else that I could source. So if it was possible to get from Honda, I got it from Honda, of course. And then all the original fasteners were zinc plated, and you know, things like the top triple clamp, the hubs, right? Both the front and back hubs. These things were polished. And on the engine, the side cover of the head, the valve cover, and then things like the intake manifold were all polished. This was powder coated. So anyway, lots of original parts, new things like springs, all the pivots, everything is exactly as it should be. We look under the seat and we see that, again, this is a reproduction seat. It says CHP right on it right there. I do have the original seat and pan. A lot of people pick these up. They tried to pick the bike up from the seat like this, and the seats got beat up a lot that way, so they got bent. And again, this is your fuel filler right here. That's the original tank and the original cap. But again, you can see all the nice detail in here. All these original Honda fasteners, you can tell they have the little 8 on them. And then we have this rubber gasket, and under here we see now this is a maintenance-free battery. It's got a little pigtail that's sold by Mike's Mini Trail, so you never have to worry about any kind of battery acid getting on anything. Much nicer, right? This is a 6-volt system, the original rectifier, yeah? And again, all the original hardware that was zinc plated, so it's really clean, right? It's really just in perfect condition, and so you can see that all the details, right? All the right details are here. So if you read in the ad, you'll see that when I rebuilt this, because it's, you know, I'm a tall guy, I'm a big guy, weigh about 185, and you know, the 70s, they were pretty fast when we were little kids, but they're a little anemic now if you're looking to get up and go. And so the builder of the engine is just a fantastic Daryl Gunderson from Gunderson Restorations in Las Vegas. You can Google that, like you should be Googling if you're interested in this bike, Mike's Mini Trail. Anyway, Daryl Gunderson basically all he does is rebuild these motors, 50s and 70s, and he's just a fantastic, really meticulous in his work, and everything gets replaced. I mean, if it's possible to replace, it gets replaced. And we upgraded this motor with this high performance head, and you know, these things already last forever, but with stainless steel valve in there, exhaust valve, this thing will never give up. It's got an 88 cc instead of a 70, which, you know, again, 18 cc's isn't much, but you know, it's like 20-something%, right? Anyway, it runs fantastic, and so Daryl does a beautiful job restoring the motor. And he does it from basically the crank up. Every bearing, seal, chain, anything that can be replaced is replaced. And he goes even further, that he takes the motor, he puts it in one of his test bikes, starts it up, runs it in, breaks it in, sets the valves, gets everything just right in the timing, and then he drains the oil and ships you your motor back. And so anyway, the paint, the original parts all being replaced or powder coated, and the engine done by Daryl. So it's a really, really nice. So let's see, to show you the lights, because it's a Honda 70, right? They just won't turn on. You have to turn the engine on. So let's start this baby, and which isn't hard. It's going to be kind of funny holding my phone. So now we'll see in this position. See, you don't have any lights, right? You got the first position, right? No lights. But now, of course, if we push the brake, big brake light, right? Brake, like that. Now, if we turn the key up a notch, then we see the tail light turn on, and of course, we still have our brake light. We still have our brake light, and now we see the lights on too. And I mean, you're not gonna, it's not, the darkness isn't gonna go away with this light, but you can see we got a high-low beam. We got the horn, so everything works as it should. I'll do a ride video just because, well, it's really fun to ride, but I'll make that separate. So anyway, there it is, right? Really spared no expense. It was for me, and it's fun. And if you've ever ridden a stock one, this one runs really good. And of course, you know, I'll throw in the original cylinder, the original head, the original carb, because this is a CHP carb. I forgot to mention that. CHP repops these carbs. They're really nice. They're jetted really good. And, you don't have to worry about any of the problems you'd have with a rebuilt carb. But of course, if you're wanting authenticity, I'll give you the original carb as well. All right, well, good luck with your decision. And 1971 candy orange H model.